Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM-certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. Excuse me. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome to episode 192 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She's Julie Dobbs, and we are together again.
Yay! In studio
together, and we're still celebrating, Julie.
Yes.
We are celebrating. Can I just tell you right fast? You look thinner.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's exciting.
Because I haven't seen you in almost a month.
I don't feel it, but thank you.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Your face looks really thin.
Really?
Yeah.
I have some new makeup.
Well, whatever you're
That
doing,
could
girl,
be
it looks
it.
good.
I finally got some nice foundation type makeup and new bronzer, not just whatever I found at the drugstore.
I know. I need a complete makeup
makeup
redo.
is hard. It's hard to keep track of all the things.
Okay, let's pop it.
Okay, let's do it. This always scares me.
Yes. The Rangers are still World Series champions.
Rangers, and no one can take that from them.
No one can take it from any of us. It's ours.
Amazing. You have
it is ours.
A new hat.
I have a new hat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't. I'm still in disbelief.
Yeah. I bet.
But I am finally starting to feel more like a human being, like a normal human being. Because you know how I am. I had to get my whole life, my family, my house back in order after being gone so long.
To just kind of. I mean,
yes.
You worked a lot longer and it was crazy, but it's best possible scenario,
Oh my God.
If you're going to put in all that extra time and travel and then have a heartbreak at the end, that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
But when you put in all that extra time and travel and time away from the family and then get to have this celebratory month with your family, that's just going to make it so much better.
Super fun. Ashley, I poured a glass for you too, honey. Cheers, honey.
Cheers.
Cheers to the World Series champion Texas Rangers. Cheers to us being back together.
The champions.
We are the champions. We need Dirk here.
Is it no time for
no time for losers?
Or is it you are the losers?
You sick burn. Because we
Astros.
are the champions of the world. Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably just celebrate this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's celebrate this for the rest of our lives.
Who saw it coming?
Yeah, that's just how I mapped it all out. Okay, so we got to catch up. What's been going on in your life? What's been going on in your world?
Watching baseball.
Yeah.
Last week was crazy because of World Series Halloween.
I know this is my first time I missed Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do your kids trick or treat still?
They do. I mean, it's kind of rogue.
More like getting in a pack of kids and kind of running
Exactly.
around.
Yeah. They did not seem too concerned with me not being there for Halloween at all. So, they were fine without me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought about that. I was like, oh yeah, the last time, we were this deep. I guess I may have missed Henry's first year. Because we were in the World Series in 2011. So I may have missed that, but I don't really remember. I've lost a lot of films since then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't remember. But anyway, I've never not been there for Halloween.
I know.
And then now too, I think about okay, so now I have to start planning, next season, if I come back, which I think I will, then you can make plans in October now.
You think you will?
Because we're a legit, yeah, I think so. I don't know. I mean, hopefully they want me back.
Of course they will.
And yeah, I just feel like I got so much closer, like, like I felt tight with the team,
Yeah.
I guess, if you want to call it that. But like this run, like, they being there every single game and getting to be around their families, that to me was the coolest part.
Yeah.
We would at the hotel, we would have breakfast every morning available from like 8 to 11. And so I would go work out and then I'd go get some breakfast. I always took mine to go because, that's kind of like their family time. I didn't want to, intrude on anyone.
So what are we chatting about?
Yeah, like, hey, how do you like your omelet? But like getting to walk into those big, these big, banquet rooms or whatever, and they've got it all set up with breakfast and all the kids are running around and everybody's just eating with their
That is
family.
so cool.
It was really, really like that to me was so fun. And like, I got to know the wives so much more and so much better, and have so much of appreciation. We've talked about this a million times, you being married to a coach for so long. You just have so much respect for these women who support this and who are, raising kids with their husbands on the road half the year and all that kind of stuff. And so, like Maddie Seeger and Tara Simeon, and I don't want to start naming a bunch of names, but I mean, even like Robbie Grossman's girlfriend, like she's lovely and wonderful. Josh Young's girlfriend. Nate Lowe's girlfriend, Kinsey, Claire, all of them. Like, I don't want to say names, but anyway, all of them. Like, just so much respect for them. Love them so much now. Like when after oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites. So after we won the CS in Houston and we're headed home, they're like basically, so I was on the wives' plane. And so they're like, just get on a bus. And so I think it was Erica Scherzer said, hey, there's room on this one, because I couldn't figure out which bus to get on. She's like, I think there's room on this one. I was like, perfect. So I get on, and it's the party bus. Like, these girls Brenna, Nate's girlfriend, had her phone out, and she's playing DJ. And everybody is singing.
Oh my gosh.
And Maddie looks at me and she's like, how did you get stuck with us? I'm like, girl, stuck with you. Like, this is where I want to be. This is where the party's at.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just fun memories like that I feel so lucky to have been along for this whole entire ride. And yeah, like just loving this team, these guys, their families, so much more than I would have if the season would have ended, after 162. And so anyway, it's just it brought back like so much emotion
Adrenaline
for me.
too,
yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it brought back like, we went through COVID and then we sucked. And then it was like, you just kind of felt like I always loved my job, always. Like, regardless of wins and losses, I've always loved it. I wouldn't continue to do it if I didn't. But you kind of just like, okay, this is just kind of part of it. This is not a very good team, and but I still love what I do. And then like to get reinvigorated like that is just like bananas.
Yeah.
And so it's been a ton of fun. It's been a
Well,
ton.
and I think a lot of people are anticipating next season a lot now too. It's like, so for like, we have a really good team now, and now you know that, and now you know what they're capable of doing. Like, we thought it could be a good team heading into this season, and you knew like Bochy's track record, but now you know what they're capable of, and so everyone's going to have an eye on the Texas Rangers, and we'll see what they do in the offseason, probably add a piece or two, and obviously a couple pieces are going to be gone probably, but it's just going to be such an anticipated kind of follow-up season.
Yeah.
So I can see where you'd want to like be along for that too.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Now this is fun.
I know.
This is what you've been waiting for.
So a lot of people are like, oh, so you're going to retire now? And I was like, wait, don't push me off into the sunset just yet.
You were barely hanging on anyways, and now you got the World Series.
So funny. Nomar Mazzara, who used to play for us, texted me that night and was like, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. And then he said, now you can retire whenever you want. And I just started laughing. But that's been the fun thing too, is to hear. I got a text this morning from Susanna Moreland, from Mitch's wife, and just little Delano DeShields, like a bunch of old, players that have been on this team and associated with this organization, reaching out, and I'm happy for them. Like, I'm happy for everyone that's associated with this thing. I'm so happy for our fan base. I mean, we talked about that last week and how delirious and emotionally raw I was. And by the way, that what you said, like, Dude, it was the sweetest thing
I don't know where that came
ever.
from. I wasn't planning to like ugly cry like
I
that.
know. There was so much ugly crying last week.
And then Ash put the clip out and I was like,
Oh.
oh no. I thought it could be buried in a podcast.
Oh no. Not when the ugly tears come out, girl. We're going to blast that
I'm
shit
sure my
everywhere.
family is like, why do you care so much about this? Like, you never cry to us like that about anything. Like, I've never been that like happy about like anything that they've done. But I was ugly crying for you.
But it does go to show you, like, the emotional roller coaster that
Yeah.
sports can take you on.
Yes. And
Like-
I know it so well, like,
Yes.
because of our family.
Yeah.
And then I felt like I was very much along for the ride doing these shows each week,
Yeah.
you know, and seeing the roller coaster that Emily was on and how it was affecting you. Like
bless.
for the good and the bad and the
Yeah.
weird and the crazy
Yeah.
and the freaking out at my coworker.
Yelling at your coworkers.
And then just being so happy, you know, like
Yeah.
I think I was feeling it all, like
Yeah.
almost as if it was me. But no, everything I said was completely true. And that was what it was. I mean, the replies to that post and like how many people were liking that post and agreeing to it. I think we got over like 1,000 something comments. Like we've never had a post blow up like that. And it wasn't necessarily just that one of me crying, but like all of the ones about you celebrating the World Series. I just thought that was so cool. I was almost like, can I turn off my notifications? Like I am every single one. But it was so cool. Every single person. It was like every like 2 minutes, someone was like, Emily's the GOAT. Emily's the best. I'm so happy for Emily. Julia, what you said was exactly right. That's exactly how we feel. We're happier for Emily than we are anybody else. Like it was just insane.
It's
like you read them all, right?
I did, and there's still so many I need to go through, but yeah, it's just been it like when it's a weird feeling though. Like when people are like, I posted something on Instagram last night that's not near what I would like to say or what's going on in my head or my heart, but. You know, it's like, I never threw a pitch or caught a ball or hit one or stayed up till the wee hours of the morning reading scouting reports. But I think that's what connects. Like you feel like you're a part of it, whether you're a fan or a broadcaster or whatever. And so, it's like, it's just such a weird feeling when people were like, because I remember CJ talking about this, like when we made the playoffs or something, he's like, people are congratulating me. I'm like, yeah, they are. We work our tails off, doing this thing. Yeah. And he's like, I don't know, it's weird. And he's a former player. And so it's like, I get it. And so it is kind of a weird, like,
I can see where if you're
it's weird where everyone's like saying nice, so many, like, I guess I'm used to just being on the defensive and people being dicks.
Yeah.
And I'm just like for everyone, and like so nice. Everyone's been so nice. It's really weird.
Isn't it crazy?
It's so crazy.
And it's like, it always
makes you feel so good.
I
and so thank you. If you were nice, if you've been nice, thank you. Thank you so much. It really is. It really is cool. And also too a little weird and overwhelming. Not weird, but like my social anxiety kicks in and it's like,
But it's just social media.
I know.
Do you have social media anxiety too?
Oh my
like
gosh,
reading?
yes.
I mean, I know you have to read everything, but it's not like that same feeling where someone's in front of you saying these things, right?
No. True. But I think more, I was going to tell you this too. Like my social media anxiety, a lot of it comes with the notifications. And so like when I was posting everything, it was like, it was so much. And you know how I am about the red circles and needing to get through everything. And, that kind of overwhelmed me. But I mean, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed by people saying nice things to me. So yeah, it's just been so fun and so cool. And eventually we'll move on from it. But not anytime soon.
How has it been for the fam and the kids?
They've been great. Everybody's,
Parade.
The parade was awesome. I'm so glad my family got to be there for that.
Did y'all get your own car?
So no, we were in a giant, like a flatbed, think of a hayride.
Yeah.
So and then it was just the broadcasters float. And so it was like me and Dave and Jared Sandler, Matt, Eric. So it was us and our families got to be on. And so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Holy shit, there were so many people. So another funny story. So I'm supposed to do interviews before the parade. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking we were doing them outside. Ashley, my awesome photographer, was outside. And so then finally they start coming in because we're about to start, need to get the show on the road. So the players were all inside. So I started doing interviews. I did one with Eric. I did one with, I can't remember who else. And then I did one with Jonah Heim. And so it's the room started to thin out. And I was like, well, they're not going anywhere without Jonah Heim, for fuck's sake. So I finished the interview, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna get one more for the road and get me a little glass of wine to take on the float. Because I was like thinking, well, we're just gonna sit and wave, and I'll sip my wine, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm getting blown up during this thing by Dave Raymond, by Tawny Taylor, who runs everything for the Rangers. Like, just everybody's like, come on, where are you? So I finally make it out to where the float is. It's moving.
Oh, no.
So I had to like run and jump on there.
They were leaving
because, yes. And so I didn't know what to expect, but then we get out and people are going crazy. I mean, you could have put a monkey on that float and people would have been like, yes!
Rangers monkey!
Yes, Rangers monkey is amazing! So yeah, it was so fun for my family, and they all got into it. Mike, my husband's just waving bees and throwing them in the crowd. My kids were like, oh
my God,
over the moon.
Cool experience for
and
your kids.
Listen to this little bitch, Hattie McCoy. So the night before, she's like, well, Mom, we have a field trip tomorrow at school. And I was like, are you serious?
That's
are you serious
so
right now?
Typical kids, right?
You want to go on? I was like, where's the field trip? Some museum. I'm like, really? It's a you're going to be on a float in a World Series parade.
Yeah.
And you want to go? Well, no, I'll go. And so she woke up the next morning and she was excited. And then we got there and she's like,
eating it up
in heaven,
signing autographs.
Yeah, signing autographs. So it was great, but yeah, the whole experience was phenomenal. And kudos, I know there have been some, people say like, oh, we wish the crowd could have been closer, all that kind of stuff. That's really the only complaint I've heard is that they wish the crowd could have been closer.
Yeah.
And my only thing to say to that is, I mean, I can't believe they pulled off what they pulled off and the amount of time they pulled it off. So kudos to everyone involved in getting that shit together for the parade. And listen, let's hope we take some notes and, do this again next year and we can streamline some things. Yeah, perfect. Excuse me.
You all right?
Yeah. Perfect the parade. But anyway, it was awesome.
Did you see our mayor friend?
Yes, Maddie. I took a picture.
No, our other mayor friend.
Jim Ross. I did.
You did?
And you know what was funny?
We went to happy hour with
the
mayor one time.
So he came up with his daughter. I think it was his daughter, and was like begging to meet Claire Smith. Isn't that hilarious?
That's funny.
So I'm assuming it was his daughter, and she was like, "I'm wearing this bow because of you," because Claire always wears the bow.
Yes, and she's the influencer.
Yeah, she is
Josh
definitely
Smith's
an influencer.
wife.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I did see Mayor Ross, and I saw my mayor, Maddie Parker, and I'm doing something at City Hall tomorrow in Fort Worth.
I don't know what the Rangers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got very few details, but I'm doing something tomorrow.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably do you still have stuff? Like, is there still celebratory things or I don't know you have to cover or work stuff you have to do?
I don't really know what this is. John Blake called me, my boss, on Monday and said, "Hi, Emily, you're a Fort Worth resident. I feel like this would be appropriate for you to MC this event at City Hall, and we're trying to get it together, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, okay. Still have no details or what I'm doing. But anyway, so maybe I'll see.
Good luck.
See my mayor again, Maddie Parker.
Yeah.
So, it's all. But after that, no, I don't have any, obligations.
Yeah.
At this point in time. But how funny was it that freaking Corey Seager's flipping chicken at Cane's?
I know. Was that the next? That was
the day?
Parade
They went
day?
from the parade to Cane's, then to their team celebration.
Cane's must have spent a pretty penny.
I saw Maddie at the parade, and God, I love her so much. And she was telling me, she's like, all these things that she committed Corey to. And she's like, I mean,
do they go through her?
Yes. So she, because she's like, I'm not bothering him during the World Series about if we win, do you want to sling chicken at Cane's?
Yeah.
So she took, she's like, yes, we'll do this, no to that. No. And she's like, I mean, it's just, it's silly not to do stuff like this because I don't know how much they paid him. She did not share that information with me. And if she did, I wouldn't share it with you. But they had to have paid him a boat ton of money to do that. And then I think he did a signing, and so many players have done signings at like academy and stuff. And then this was the best one. So she's like, yeah, and he's also presenting at the CMAs, which is
Whoa.
Wednesday, which is tonight, the day we're recording. So he's presenting.
Cool.
Apparently, the director of the CMAs is a huge Rangers fan.
Wow.
And I went back in some of my notifications, and he had tagged me and other people in some of his posts because he was like super proud of the Rangers.
Oh, cool.
So Maddie said they were going anyway to the CMAs, and then once they won, they asked if Corey would present, and she said yes for him without even asking him, and he's like, "Dad, got me." She's like, "Well, I mean, you never know when this is going to happen
in
again."
Nashville?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to Nashville now to do that.
Yes.
Well, that's good for the Rangers too to get that,
Oh, yeah.
that pub and get
For
people
sure.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fun.
I want to talk about some things that have been happening in your world that I've heard on the radio. So speaking of the Rangers, Jeff Kavanaugh got a legit tattoo on his ass.
He did.
How big is it?
I actually saw it in Awful Announcing today.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's getting some national coverage. The ass tat heard around the world. It's bigger than you.
So like a fist? Bigger than a fist. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Or like
this big.
4 or 5 inches?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was so funny because
I listened that day on the radio.
when he proclaimed it,
No, I listened when he
when
was
he was
getting the
getting it.
tat. And then y'all were talking about the live stream, and I was going to get on, and then I was like, does this make me look really creepy if I'm like, oh, yeah, let me see Jeff Kavanaugh's ass?
I mean, and the
getting
whole
tatted
ass
up.
was like out.
Was it? See, I didn't.
Yeah, like
By the time I got on, he was getting up off that saran wrap table, which I thought was so strange. Like,
there was
are
no
y'all-
planning.
Are y'all about to start eating sushi off of him? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was just a table that was in the hallway, and
Oh.
there was no forward thinking with any of this, really.
Like, because you could have gotten one of those portable, like, massage chairs,
yeah, I
you know,
kinda
or
thought the
massage
lady
tables.
might come with something.
Yeah.
Maybe he did too, but she didn't. So we were like, all like makeshift. Okay, like how is this gonna work? And he was
Bless.
broadcasting too.
Yeah.
He had like his segments that he had to run. So I'm like, okay, do I need a backup plan if he like can't talk all day? I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh,
real
gosh.
quick.
Bless
Big-
you. Okay. No, bless you.
Series, and he would get a 0 on his ass because that's what we figured Austin Hedges had going. It
Yeah.
never was confirmed, but we heard the audio of Bruce Bochy saying, "Hedgie,
What's the number on your ass?
what's the number on your ass?" And then he was like 8. And then I saw somewhere else that they were maybe using eye black for
Yes.
the number on his ass. So I think we were right with what we thought
100%.
that was all about. Yeah. And so that's why Jeff said, okay, if the Rangers win a World Series, I'll get a 0 on my ass, thinking probably A, they wouldn't win the World Series, and B, maybe no one would remember that he said that.
Right.
But,
Who remembered?
me. I mean,
Ah.
oh, yeah. Like the second he said it, I was like, okay, you're saying this, you're confirming, and this is on the radio, and it's recorded, so you can't back out. And then we kept bringing it up, and then our program director was on it too. He was like, okay, are you really going to do it? You're like, yeah, we're going to make him do it,
But he is at least a Rangers fan.
Yes.
It's
he's
not
a
like-
Rangers fan.
Yeah. It's not like out of the. But it was his first tattoo.
Yeah, his
That's
first
hilarious.
tattoo. One of the comments, because we did the whole thing, Instagram live, the entire thing for a couple of hours, and so I was manning it for a while, reading comments, and a lot of the comments, like it was funny. It was like, now you have to check tattoo on your dating profile.
Oh, yes.
And he's just such a goober. Like,
Yeah.
to actually
And good on him for following
follow
through with it.
through with it. But yeah, his whole ass was out. Like,
Because, like, think about if you made that kind of like a throwaway comment.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of held your feet.
I would back down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I did the breast milk thing. When
true.
I drank the breast milk,
That's true.
But yeah, he didn't get
that was
paid
for
or
money.
anything. That was for money. Yeah.
It was for money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got a tattoo on his ass. It was just so fun for all the broadcasters too. Or not with the team, but even us, it like made our show fun. Everyone in Dallas was so excited. Gave us all something to talk about, and I kind of loved our angle from the Freak because we're not a sports station, but we can talk as much sports as we want. And so when something like that is going on, it was like, we were talking about it all day, every day, basically. And then you were awesome to join our show, weekly, which you'll still do.
Yeah, thanks
I'm
to Gateway Buick
excited
GMC.
about Gateway Buick GMC.
Gateway to the Rangers is on year round.
No, so Wednesdays at 5.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all are listening if you want to hear Emily on the radio show with us.
Yeah.
It's like a little mini mom game.
I know. It is.
But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, and it was fun for our show. I was pissed, like sad/pissed that like we weren't there for the parade, because it's like that's what everybody is wanting to talk about today.
Yeah.
But at least we were out on remote. We were at Pluckers, so we kind of had we were calling it the post-parade party in Dallas, for Dallas people or whatever. So, and it got pretty rowdy that day too, out at Pluckers. I had cousins that flew in town from Washington, D.C. for the parade.
Stop it.
My cousins, Matt and Emily, Uncle Bill?
Yeah.
Uncle Bill's kids. They're huge Rangers fans, and we all were, because my grandma really essentially got us grandma. And
I know, and I loved your post about that.
I know.
That was really, really cute.
I have so many fun
and that
memories.
is another thing that's so fun.
Yeah.
That, there's so many stories like that.
Yeah.
You don't realize, and that's why, and we talked about it on the radio, and I don't even know if we talked about it last week because everything's a blur. But, I wanted to ask that question, when they won it all. And I remember I asked Marcus Simeon, and I was like, I know you've only been here a couple of years, but for people that have been, this means so much. What does it mean to you that you guys are the ones? You're the ones. And he's like, they'll always remember us. And I'm like,
that was
yeah,
a great answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like and I was messaging with Tara Simeon, Marcus's wife, last night. And, I think I told you the story about Marcus's dad, or Marcus's father-in-law, Tara's dad. And so I sent her the post, and she responded, and I was like, I just want you to know, one of my favorite memories through this whole thing is that interaction I had with your dad. And I was like, I was struggling, it had been such a long road, I was struggling and, tired and all that. And I was like, he made me feel so good, and he made me feel like that was something my dad would have done.
Yeah.
And having that, missing my daddy and wishing he could experience I feel like that interaction to me was so special.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, I hope he knows how big that was to me in that moment. It just was the perfect time for me to hear something like that from someone like that. I mean, it just means so much.
And you forget that there's some parents that are just watching their kids play sports.
Yeah.
And then getting interviewed. You right? So I remember that used to make me feel so happy when I was doing stars pre and post, and it was Kari Lettman's wife, Abby's dad, that was down in Georgia, but trying to follow, and he was like, I'm so thankful that you do these interviews, and we get to see Kari and we get to follow along. And one of the interviews, Kari had his son with the interview, and he's like, it was so great seeing Miko, and blah, blah. You forget that there's parents watching their kids, you know, and that's what they get.
You know,
and
what's
people
going on?
in Canada would watch and say something. It's because they would keep the post-game interview, and then the feed would cut off, and then they're just sitting there oh man, they're so far away, but just being the vehicle for these people to get to see their own kids, it's cool when you think about it with that perspective.
It's that, like I said, that moment was just so special, and that you don't realize and I hope those guys realize, and I think they do. I think in the moment you're just so overcome with joy and exhaustion and so much hard work and things they've been dreaming about since they were little. But I hope and I think that the magnitude of that parade, 500, I didn't even see the final numbers, 500 to 700, which is a broad range, half a million people came to celebrate.
It's crazy.
This.
And not shocking still.
And right, but it's if
people were, it was insane.
Right. And so I think that probably, if they didn't realize what an impact that they had, I mean, obviously playing for each other, playing for the organization, playing for their families, all that, but they had to have felt the magnitude of what they did and how much it meant to so many people.
It has to be the coolest feeling.
Yeah.
The coolest feeling in sports.
I know. Can you imagine if you're fucking Corey Seager?
No.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad.
I know. But it also brings me back to, and I think about this with Taylor Swift or whatever, these super successful, especially people who perform in front of an audience.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being Taylor Swift and walking out on that stage and everyone collectively losing their fucking mind?
City.
Can you imagine being Corey Seager and stepping into the batter's box?
No.
Or Adolis Garcia or any of these guys for that matter?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
so many people care what you're doing at
yes,
that moment in time.
Yes.
You know?
Everyone is hanging on your every breath.
That's weird.
And every movement.
I know.
Like, that would fuck me up.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think it does for a lot of them.
Yeah.
See Britney Spears. And,
Right. Yeah.
You know, some of these celebrities that, like, it's just too much and it's just too overwhelming.
I know.
And having people picking you apart and judging every little thing that you do.
I know.
I want to talk about Taylor and Travis a little bit because there was a Claire Smith tie-in. Do you know it?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Because okay, you tell the story and then I'm going to tell you my interaction with Claire about it.
I follow Claire Smith, Josh Smith's wife, on Instagram. And I am very much invested in Taylor and Travis right now.
Okay. Right fast. Can we? I'm in favor of them.
Oh, yeah.
I
love it.
I think they're adorable. I know it's a lot, but I feel like I don't really feel like either one of them is like orchestrating anything.
No. I don't think
but
so.
I feel like people are already like, I'm out on them, it's overload, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they can't help it.
They can't help it. I mean, she is one of, if not the most, like,
I
famous
know.
person in the world.
I want them to get married and have babies.
I know. I feel like they will.
Do you really think they will?
I really think they will.
Oh my God.
I could put some money on it.
We can?
I don't know.
You want to put some
Vegas?
Yeah, there's got to be odds.
Odds that Taylor Swift is going to have a little baby Travis.
Oh my gosh.
Kelsey.
I really do.
Well, she's like right at the right age. Like she's life experience wise.
Yeah.
She's like been through a lot of different relationships.
How old is she?
She is 33. They're both 33.
Is she that young? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's 33, but like that's the perfect age for. I mean, people get married a lot younger than that. That's good. Thank you.
Let me just finish it off.
I do have to.
Yeah.
Go to work.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're done.
Jeff one time like found out that we'd been drinking. It's like he went back and when we had Jake on and like listened to the podcast. And he was like, "You came to work drunk," and I was like, "I was not." Why does everyone think that? I was just excited in that episode, and I had a glass of champagne. It's gonna take about 5 of these to really get me.
Let's be real.
Yeah, come on,
Kavanaugh. Okay, so go back to the.
So I'm super into their relationship.
Yeah.
So Claire Smith posted, I guess it was.
So Travis Kelce was at a Rangers game.
Travis Kelce went to the World Series. Yeah, one of the World Series games, one of the last ones in Arlington.
Well, we only had 2.
So
it was game 1 or game 2? No, it was the game I took.
It was a Friday night.
Yes, game 1.
Game 1.
Game 1.
Yeah. He was there, and I think, and this story makes sense. I heard like Mahomes was gonna go. Because he's from Texas.
Yeah.
But he had the flu, which is true because they said that the next day he had to play, or 2 days later he played on Sunday, and they were like, he's getting over the flu.
Okay.
And his wife had the flu before him, Brittany. And so I heard that that Patrick gave Travis his ticket and was like, why don't you go have fun?
Okay.
And so Travis went. Was he with anybody?
I didn't see.
I mean, surely he brought like someone. But yeah, he popped up at Globe Life Field.
Yeah, and they put him on the Jumbotron.
Yes. And played some Taylor music.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, DJ Stats.
Chris Stats here.
C Stats.
Yes. So Josh Smith, the Rangers, he didn't end up.
Utility infielder.
Yeah. His wife is an influencer and also just like a wife of a baseball player and a big, fan of the team, whatever. And so she was there. And then as Travis Kelce was exiting the stadium, Claire Smith was standing there and kind of yelled at him because I guess she was down where family can go or whatever. Yeah. And so she was like, "Travis, I love Taylor." And he turned around and like made a point and was like, "Thank you."
No.
And so the Swifties went insane over this interaction because it was. I follow all these people now because I don't know why, but I am obsessed for some reason.
I love it.
So I follow all these like hardcore Swiftie reporters.
Okay.
And so like that took off and they like freak out at every little like confirmation that like they're maybe in love or whatever. And so just the fact that some random person yelled, "Travis, I love Taylor," and so he stopped and was like, "Thank you."
So I don't guess I ever saw
that she loves
Taylor.
Taylor, who's.
So I don't think I ever saw the clip.
Okay. Oh, I've
So
seen. Oh, it's been. I mean, it's went totally
everywhere?
viral. Yeah.
Okay. Well, is it on like TikTok or is it?
Well,
Okay.
she posted it, but like I saw it on all the like. I mean, I saw it everywhere because they're all trying to get the outlets
Anything.
are trying to get anything they can that's showing that these two are like serious.
Yeah. So then the next morning she posts like a middle, like she's flipping off the camera, taking a selfie. She's like, "Good morning to everyone except the people." Did you see this?
I don't think I saw her follow up.
Yes.
But some people were saying
so
like,
she-
that she was harassing him.
No.
Oh.
But they like hijacked her video and then didn't give her credit. And so she's like, "Good morning to like her flipping off the her camera and saying like, good morning to everyone except those of you ripping off my, my video."
Right.
And so then I messaged her and I'm like, "Dude, did they not to give you credit?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Well, that's Bush League."
They said it was like a Swiftie.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah, like everything was like,
Well,
well,
and
and
especially,
yelling
like,
at Travis.
I usually don't get into influencer stuff, but I mean, especially for someone like Claire, like this is how, I mean, which is crazy. We've got to have her on. And Josh is playing winter ball in the Dominican. So, and she's staying in Dallas, from what I understand. So
We
maybe,
need to make a little Rangers list.
I know.
Celebration list.
well, I want to have Maddie on.
Yeah.
I definitely want to have Maddie Seeger on, but Claire too would be a fun one.
What about together?
Yeah. Or, I mean, but I think they're both, like, I think we have,
Separate.
whatever.
I mean, shit, we could file through the whole team.
I know.
It'd be interesting to our viewers.
I know. Well, and we need to get Nate back in here.
Yeah, we do.
God, I love him so much.
We do, and you know who else? And we might as well brainstorm on the air and
Yeah.
see if y'all have suggestions
Yes.
or if you like any of these suggestions.
Ooh, and
let us know.
Yes,
I was thinking a show with Reiner and Norm.
Oh, that would
they've
be.
both like
Yep.
randomly said they want to come back or want to,
Yeah.
But having both of them on
That would be awesome.
Talk Rangers,
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
I do too. Anyway, so back to the Claire Smith thing. Like for her, like I mean, it's crazy as it is. Like influencers make their living. Like
Yeah.
they make a living,
Yeah.
which to me seems crazy because I can't even post 3 times in a week without getting overwhelmed by shit. But like this is that's her thing. And like, so like when Hattie tells me she wants to be an influencer when she grows up, like I can't say anymore.
Is that
Like
what
that's
she's
not
saying?
a real, no, she has before.
Yeah,
I think we're moved
well,
on.
and boys say they want to be YouTube gamers,
Right. And so
Yeah.
it's like you can't
Not just
say
boys, but
that's not a job. You can't say that anymore.
know.
Like it legit is. So for someone like Claire, who this is her job, like to not get credit for something like that,
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
yeah.
You know?
But I think that maybe the outlets were like didn't know that it was an influencer. Like they
Right.
just thought it was a Swiftie.
Right. And then I'm so fucking dumb. I don't even know how you would hijack someone's video without I mean, y'all saw me last night. I was trying to screenshot a
Yeah,
picture
It's really easy, and that's what a lot of people do.
Is
like
it?
Everyone hijacks everything.
I can't even figure out how
Yeah.
to share a fucking post.
Well, there are there's a lot
Right.
of intricacies to Instagram. That
Yeah.
make it kind of difficult. Like
Yeah.
you have to be tagged in it, or you have to be a collaborator,
Right.
or
Yeah.
whatever. And if you're not, then you can't.
I know.
do it.
So I cannot tag Adolis. So Adolis has his thing set up
Yeah.
where only certain people can tag him. And I've been meaning ever since he did that first English interview with me.
Yeah.
I've meant to tell him which sounds really weird, but hey Dolly, can you let me tag you? Whatever. And so it never.
Does he
came
have
up.
a girlfriend?
He has a wife.
A wife?
Yes. I don't know if they're. Well, I don't know if they're married.
Okay, but he has
because
somebody-
and she is wonderful.
Maybe you could go through her.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, I mean, all of them. They're all great.
Love to get a Dolly's.
Oh my gosh, if we got a is that our number one now? Is that
Well, I just feel like even if he, whatever he wants to say or do, he's just such a fan favorite. And
oh my gosh,
even him just
I love him so much.
doing whatever sort, English wise,
I know.
he'd be fine, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe both. I don't know. I just gosh.
Dude, when he spoke English
Yeah.
after winning the
Yeah.
championship
the-
series MVP,
Set the Fox set
no, yeah,
Or
on the stage,
on the stage,
I
which was for TV, right?
yes, literally just almost cried there. I could,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. And the interpreter was standing there just in
Yeah,
case, but they
I
didn't
know,
need him.
I know,
I know so many moments. What do you have a favorite moment or a
Oh, man.
favorite? I mean, I know a couple of your favorite interactions that you've had, but when you think about the Rangers World Series, championship in the run? Like, is there any one moment that stands out for you?
Um, I mean, the Seager 2-run home run that tied the game, and then the Adolis walk-off, that's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Closing out the Astros. I mean, let's be real. The Astros have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
7 years. 7 straight years they go to the championship series. That's effing ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so if you hate, cheating scandal, all that kind of stuff, the bottom line is that 2017 asterisk, yes. But after that, like, dude, I mean, they've been dominant. And so, I remember Dave Raymond telling me, I want, like, when this playoff run started happening, I think maybe for the World Series, and I want to win that. And I think so many Rangers fans, especially who were there in 10, 11, and you have experienced this heartache, you're like, oh, I just want the easiest path possible, but I think that made it that much sweeter. And I think that gave this team so much confidence headed into the World Series. And I mean, the way everything happened, like, I mean, I even said it, I said it in my interview with Marcus right after we won the World Series. Like, do you think that, basically, for lack of a better phrase, shitting the bed in Seattle, losing the division, did that motivate you guys, And I think things would have turned out differently if they wouldn't have taken the path that they took. Yeah. I mean, you won 11 games on the road. You went 11-0.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
It is.
I know. It's
really
crazy.
is.
Also, I wanted to, I know we got a couple more things to talk about. Actually, I don't really know what we have to talk about, but I want to talk about my saving grace in this week come down, week-long come down for me. And because I find myself being so wired all the time, I'll think about something or whatever. And I haven't been able to sleep very good. And thanks to our friends at Early Bird CBD. Like, did you see, I don't know if you saw the story I did, that it's like off-season Emily is activated. So seriously, like, I remember a couple of those first couple of nights home, like, you just couldn't, you're so wired and you can't chill, you can't calm down. And so I would pop a couple of early birds when it was time, like, knowing that, like, once I do this, like, it's game over.
Game over.
And so I took a couple early birds the other night, and Dave, CJ, and Jared Sandler and I all have a text string. And I was trying to tell them something. I was like, I got something to tell y'all, but it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow because the early birds are about to kick in.
And they're like, what?
And Jared goes, what's early bird? He thought it was something else, and I was like, they make my legs tingle and fall asleep.
You were out of it.
Oh, it was so awesome.
What are you up to now, girl?
It was, oh, honey.
3?
If I go 2 and a glass of wine, it is night-night.
Because I have a half one, and I'm like,
I know, but you get that,
good.
like, I get like this warm feeling throughout my body, like my legs.
I love how much you love early bird.
I know, I love it so much. But I'm like 2 of those, and I literally take them right before I get in bed. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I've got 20, 30 minutes before I get a little tingle in my legs, and then I just go night-night.
Yeah.
So anyway, so thank you to Early Bird CBD gummies. I love them.
So we're going to shoot a Mom Game After Dark Sunday.
Yes.
I feel like we should take one during the show. Like, do a first half without it, and then take one. And then with our new wine, Francis Coppola wine.
Yes.
And then by the end of the show, see what happens. A little chemistry experiment.
Just one?
Well, you can take however many you want. One for me.
One. Right. But if I take one and have a glass of, I'll be fine.
Let's take one
because then I'll be
15 minutes through our show, and it'll be great. It'll be
okay.
Fun.
Let's do it. It's going to be
fun podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we'll have we need to make sure we go buy some Coppola.
Yes.
Before we do it.
Yep.
Because I think we've drank all of the.
No, we have one. We have a couple
one
bottles
more.
here.
We bring it home. But yeah, that'll be fun. So that's coming this Sunday, and then next week, Charlotte Jones.
Charlotte Jones next week. I'm super excited.
Yeah,
about this.
it'll be great.
Yeah,
just ahead of the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day game. And
I know.
Dolly Parton is the halftime performer.
So cool.
And so I know Charlotte probably booked her. So I wanted
course
to
she
talk
did.
about that and all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
So.
One more mention on the early bird.
Yeah.
If you want to try
Oh,
early
yeah,
bird, I'm
sorry.
telling you, love it so much. Our code is TMG20. TMG20. So you put that code in, it gets you 20% off one order, a la carte. Doesn't matter if you've ordered from them before, you'll get 20% off that order. So
Yeah. And if you have any issues with that, just message us and we'll make
Yes.
sure you get your discount.
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I felt like I cut you off on something.
I don't know.
No, we're good.
No, I don't
But
think
it was
so.
good. I feel like this was good. Like I feel like
We
we're
just
not
needed to,
recording
like,
a podcast.
work through. Yeah.
We're just like we haven't
Catching
seen
up.
each other in a long time, and it's good to
Yeah.
be back together again.
I know it is. I have our school auction Friday,
Okay.
and then a Folds of Honor event Saturday.
Which I've heard from people that because you've emceed in this
Yeah.
in the past and said what an
It's great.
awesome job you do.
It's great. I emceed it once. I'm not emceeing it anymore.
Okay.
It was kind of like I don't know. It's friends that asked me to do it, and I totally enjoyed doing it, but I also just kind of want to go.
Yeah.
Because it's my good friends that have a table, and I want to
fun.
just go and have fun. They had Meredith Land the next year. I don't know who is doing it this year, emceeing it, but it's a lot of fun. But I'm a little bit like 2-event weekend. I don't do things anymore.
Okay, wait. So what's the other one? Sorry, just
Our
forgot.
school auction
the
where
school
everyone has
auction.
to dress up. It's like
Oh,
black
what's the theme?
tie.
Oh,
It's Wheels Up, so it's like vacation theme.
okay.
Um,
But it's black tie.
but it's black tie. So then I think to incorporate the formal, they're saying like dress like a color of the sky because it's flying. I don't know.
So
Or like
you just said dress like a color of the.
because it could be a sunset. Like it could be a sunset or a sunrise or a normal sky or a cloud. So you can basically wear whatever you want.
That's it. It's wear whatever the heck
It's
you
a
want.
really cute theme, like the way they've done it all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm not making
precious
fun of
and,
your
like,
auction.
right.
People. Trust
and
me,
like
I've
this,
done
yeah,
that shit, and it's hard as fuck.
It's hard. And we donated a package. I was so excited.
Yay.
Thanks to our friends with Globe Life Field
Yes, at Rev Entertainment.
at
Yep.
Rev Entertainment. Yeah. And so
Yeah, we're gonna have details on all kinds of shit you can do at Globe Life Field now. Because
Yes.
they're like getting
good. And
Yes.
we'll help them with all of that,
For sure.
hopefully. And they were kind enough to give us a birthday party package. So you can have a kid birthday party out at Globe Life Field. It's like 20 boys or girls or whoever.
Yes.
Can have their birthday party out in the outfield and a wiffle ball thing. And then our auction supplemented it with like a party bus kind of deal to and from and like hats and like pictures and
awesome.
invites. So it's going to be in the live auction along with like a Dude Perfect thing.
Ooh,
So
live
they-
auction.
They were like,
you know
send
it's
us
a
some
big deal.
pictures. Yeah, so there's pictures of us. It's like brought to you by the Mom Game.
Aw.
So I know. So I was glad to be able to help in that regard because I don't do shit like
Oh, I haven't
This
done
is like
shit
the
in a long
Super
time.
Bowl. We said that the first day of school was the Super Bowl.
Oh,
this
this
is
is
the bigger Super Bowl.
this might be the parade after
This
the
is
Super
the
Bowl.
parade after the Super Bowl for elementary school moms.
So
And
you're getting like your hair done and stuff.
well, no, because I have to work till 6:30, and I'm going to
that's
be
right.
at Andrew's American Pizza in Plano
Oh shit.
till 6, and the auction's at 7:30. So, I'm probably just gonna straighten my hair, and I got a Rent the Runway dress that the Lord
Yay.
fit because I'm not like going out and shopping.
Yeah.
They're all like doing. I'm getting my spray tan, getting my nails done, and that's all anybody's talking
Ooh,
about.
I have some really good self tanning lotion that I got.
You do?
Miss Vicky found it. Look, I mean, I look
Yeah. You have
like normal.
You're
I mean,
working
it's
with
not,
it right
it's
now.
yes.
Do you do it just because?
So I got.
Because I might if it's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just have to be sure you're thorough in the rub in.
Yeah. You
But
could help.
it's what?
You could help with the rubbing.
I don't, but it's not a bad idea. You get help with the rub in.
Yeah. Because how do you get your back?
Well, I don't. I just do legs and arms.
Oh.
But I'm sure Mike McCoy appreciates
What about
this.
the back of your legs?
I mean, I can reach the back of my legs. Where are you going with this,
Mike,
Julie?
I'm just giving you an assist here. Remember this. I'm laughing because I had a friend. I talked about this
Get
with
help with the rub in.
I'm laughing because a friend suggested a self-tanner to me the other day, and she was like, I'll come rub you down.
Oh.
And then she was like, I mean, I guess you could have Kelly rub you down, and we were laughing about it.
Right.
So it's top of mind because I was trying to figure out the rub-in. And you have to decide if you do ask your husband, like, what will follow. So are you down for that or not?
And then let me tell you,
do
if
you want that right after a fresh tan?
If you do that after you put on self-tanner, shit's going to be all over the sheets. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's going to look like...
And it'll mess up your...
I'm trying to think of what it's... Yeah, you're going to have to put some saran wrap down. Oh, sure, honey. Hold on, just a minute.
Saran wrap?
Let me get out the Reynolds.
It's not a bad idea. Just in general.
I know, but it looked like a crime scene after you got done.
Mike, helping you out.
Can you imagine my OCD ass?
Your girl's got a self-tanner going now, and she needs a rub down.
Can you imagine my OCD ass, like him trying to like...
Are your sheets white?
That's right. Yes. Can you imagine like me trying to avoid the bed at all costs? Like, we can do this. This
kitchen sink, baby.
Hey, this concrete tile doesn't stain. Let's go.
And he would like see it probably as like, oh, she's so adventurous today.
Oh yeah.
It's like we're teenagers on the floor.
Yeah. It's called I don't want to fucking strip these sheets and wash them, mofo. Like, just take it wherever you can get it. Okay. Well, it's good to see things are back to normal here on the Mom Game.
Thank you for the suggestion about self-tanner.
I mean, that's how quickly we devolved. Okay. Do we have anything else to talk about? Because I need to pee now.
That's all. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm spent.
I know. Me too. Okay. One more cheers.
We talked about everything that matters in this world.
We did. All right. All right. Love you guys.
Don't miss our after dark.
Please, yes. On Sunday when we have a glass of wine and take gummies.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
It's going to be so good.
Wait, but it's not live, is it?
Podcast awards. We will win one.
Hey, the podcasties.
The podconies.
The podconies.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't be live.
I mean...
Or we could do Instagram Live at the same time.
It probably could be. Yeah, we could probably do it live or push it out.
So much technology. We'll figure it out. It's going to be a very low rent budget type thing.
Yeah, I'll be in my office.
We might. I'll be in my office.
I'll be in my office, sharing out with my husband. Cats and my cat with her problems.
Okay, yeah, we've got so much to talk about on the Mom Game After Dark.
It's gonna be low rent.
Yeah, because we need to have a moment, more moments with us, because clearly we're not done. But I do have to pee so bad.
And I have to go to work.
Before Charlotte Jones comes on.
God, we have to behave ourselves.
We have got to get shit together before then.
She is so classy.
I know, she is.
I'm almost scared.
Don't be scared. She's cool.
Do you know her?
She don't love us. I've shared a few tables with her.
Look at you.
I know. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
This
I've gotta
table
go.
share with the Jones family. Mom came out.
Mom came out. Bless us all. Everyone.